What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Talkz, and today we have a very special guest, ChadArmesTV. He's got a new album coming out known as Live Forever, with over 22 features, including Project Pat, Upchurch, Broadnax, Adam Calhoun, The City Paper, Fade Eastwood, Lil White, Just in Time, David Ray, Squints, Lex Top Dollar, Chucky Velvet, Troy Money, Trapper Mandel, One, Lil Flip, Leroy Biggs, Tin Man, Legacy, Bezel Gang, Scott Broadway, Swag Dude, is that how you say his name?
Yep.
And Worm. Now, if you wanna give the people an idea of how this all came together, like what was that process like? How did this build up into such a massive like amount of features and just something that's just super badass, you know? Like for people to actually have a packed album with just so many special artists.
Yeah, man. First of all, I appreciate you for wanting to sit down and talk with me, Dylan. I've been following what you do for a minute, and I applaud what you're doing. I think it's good for independent artists, not just in country rap, but I don't consider myself country rap per se. I consider myself, Southern rap, hip hop. But I appreciate what you do for us, man. As far as Live Forever, man, it's available now too, by the way. I'll go stream that. It started out as a project that was probably going to be 10 or 12 songs, man. It wasn't going to be what it ended up being. It was going to be a similar album to Dedicated. My last album, Dedicated, I dropped July of 22. It was 12 songs, completely solo album, no features whatsoever, not even on hooks or anything. It was all solo stuff. And then I had about 10 songs. After I got a little chunk of songs, I was like, cool, we'll do 10 or 12. And then stuff just started falling into place, I guess. I ended up getting the track with Project Pat, which was a bucket list thing for me. He's my favorite rapper other than Pimp C, who's passed away, obviously. But living rappers, Project Pat's my all-time favorite. So once we interviewed him in August of 22, I was like, man, I want to end up working with Pat. So that happened. And then stuff just kind of started snowballing after that. I already had some songs that were already finished. But then 12 songs turned into 13, and then 15, and then 16. The song, like, for example, Broadnax and me and Broadnax got a new song out called Nevermind off the album, right? Broadnax was originally supposed to be on Represented with me and Project Pat. And it just ended up not working that way for the better. And then that song got added. The Stone Cold song was supposed to just be me and Just in Time. And then we got Lil White and Adam Calhoun on it like last minute. It was like a buzzer beater. So that's kind of how that happened, man. It kind of just kept, same with the song with D-Ray, with David Ray and Squints. Squints was going to get on the album one way or the other, but the David Ray was like a buzzer beater track too, like last minute. So it just kind of worked out. A couple of the songs were old to me, like Sleepless Nights with me and Leroy was done in 2021 for Bad Habits 2. It just fit my solo album more. Same with Flowers. Flowers was supposed to originally be on my last album, and I didn't do any features. So it got added to it, you know what I mean? So that's kind of how it came about. But it turned out, I couldn't have asked for a better way for it to turn out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And when we were talking on the phone, you talked about how it really originally started when you kicked it with Upchurch, right?
100%. Upchurch is the inspiration behind the whole project. So when Upchurch came and did those features for me in O&E back in October of 2022, we did the Live Forever track first. Now I sent Church some beats. I sent him the Live Forever beat, which was produced by Play That Beat Wee Wee, who's been buying, I've been getting beats from him for 12 years. He's part of David Ray's production camp. He's produced for Jelly and a lot of other artists in Nashville. So Church loved that track. So when we get to the studio, Church had an idea of the hook already.
Is that loud enough for you or you need more?
Can you turn it up a little bit? I'm from West Nashville, bro. Crank that mug up. I'm deaf for Memphis 12s and fucking single cabs.
L7s.
Do you want more beat? You want more?
That's good.
That's good. Start from right there, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, here goes nothing.
Church! Mother. Fucker! Hell yeah. I'm gonna live forever, there ain't nothing they can do. I'ma be a staple, keep my ticket stub and boots. When I'm gone, you'll see the seed that fell from dead and roots. I'ma live forever, there ain't nothing they can do. Yeah, we saved that.
When he did that hook and then that verse, I wrote a verse in the studio that night, and it was nowhere close to the verse that I ended up doing. I had to go back and redo the whole thing. But just that whole vibe of that record, man. Once that record got finished, Dub killed it with the mix and mastering, as always. Dub 3030. I heard that and I was like, man, I'm so inspired by this song. Do you mind if I call my album Live Forever? He was like, fuck no, bro, go do that shit. You know? And that's kind of how the album title came about, was because of the Live Forever song. So Church was 100% was a inspiration behind the whole naming of the album and you know, the theme of the album. I had already had some songs finished for a solo project, but I had no idea what I was going to call it. You know what I'm saying? Church jump-started that for me, not even knowing that he was doing that. He was just looking out for his friend and hooked me up with some features. We've still got another one with Church we haven't released. We'll probably release as a single by the end of the year, me and O&E. So salute to Church, man, because he was a huge inspiration in this whole project in general, for sure.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What would you like to tell the audience that is listening if they could pick any track to start off with from this album? Which one would you tell them to start off with?
Oh man. As far as if it's somebody just coming in blindly and wanting to listen to Live Forever album, what song would I suggest first?
Right.
Oh man. I would say the one with Church, just because the one with Church is it's such a hype, energetic vibey track, but it's got such a dope like message to it. But it's a dope message while it's hype as fuck. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, I think that if I was gonna suggest either that one or I love Noises, because Noises is a deep track. It's a very personal track to me. It would really just depend on the person's, like, what they're into the most, you know, because I feel like I got a good eclectic like mix of stuff. But I would suggest the one with Church first, probably. Live Forever, for sure.